All right, now that you've graduated from the regression experience, we're now going to be focusing in on out-of-body experiences. So what we're going to do is two things here before we finish up for today. And the first thing is going to be the sanctuary exercise. And this is an out-of-body experience. Think of it as creating like a den or like a study, like a little temple on the upper astral plane. And you're going to be able to invite your higher self into it, your spirit guides, maybe a time traveler from the future, an extraterrestrial, or maybe one of your masters or mentors you work with, or guru in the past or currently. And you're also going to be able to use this for your own spiritual growth. We're going to show you how to do that. You can also do what I call the astral negotiation, where you can bring somebody into your sanctuary to work out any difficulties. Okay? If you have a problem with somebody, or want to meet a soulmate, or just want to establish better relations with an individual or group of people, invite them into your sanctuary. They have to come in. They don't have to stay long, but they do have to show up, and then you can negotiate with them, or you can socialize with them, or communicate with them. All right? So we're going to do that, and then after that, we're going to then take the soul, your soul's energy, to the soul plane. The soul plane is way above the karmic cycle. The karmic cycle consists of the physical earth plane. This is the earth plane or the physical plane. This is the one with physical laws. Like right now, nobody here can teleport or walk through the wall, right? Then there's the astral plane, which is divided into the upper and lower astral plane. You don't want to be at the lower one. Then there's the causal plane, where your Akashic records are stored. Beyond that is the mental plane, and that's where the masters hang out. That's where the Buddhas, the Moseses, the Jesus, etc., the Krishna, they hang out in the mental plane. And I explain all these in detail in my Exploring the Fifth Dimension book, if you're interested in that. And then beyond the mental plane, there's the etheric plane, which is the largest of all the dimensions, and we'll go into that tomorrow in more detail. And then those are the karmic cycle. Those 5 planes represent the lower planes. Then the 6th plane is called the soul plane. It's sort of like a demilitarized zone. You don't have a karmic cycle there. And what you do there is, after you cross into spirit on any of the dimensions, you go to the soul plane, and there your higher self and your spirit guides advise you into how to choose your next life. It's your choice, however, and a lot of people make bad choices, that's true, but the soul plane is where you make your choice to the next life, and we're going to show you how that's done. We're going to take you to the soul plane, allow you to communicate with your higher self, and maybe your spirit guides too, and see the actual mechanism of how you chose this life, or how you're going to choose your next life. Then the other characteristic of the soul plane is that when you finally perfect the soul, this is where you ascend from. This is the ascension mechanism. In my experience, in my paradigms here, once you are on the soul plane, you occupy a spiritual body. It's called the soul plane body. After you have perfected the soul, that body is now shed. You merge with the energy of the higher self, and then you go into the higher planes. When you go to the higher planes, you don't come back. Now you're perfect. You rejoin the God energy complex, whatever term you want to use. All right? So the soul plane ascension technique is a fun technique because it's very clinical and therapeutic, because you can see how you choose your next life, and most importantly, you can maintain a connection with your higher self. So we'll be doing that. And then at the very end of this, we'll have a final wrap-up with some final questions, and then tomorrow is going to be Progression Day. Okay? Age progression, parallel universes, and going into the future life progression. And we're going to wrap it up at the very end with a full-blown ascension training, too. So you're going to learn how to not come back. So that's what tomorrow's about. Okay? All right, so let's get started here. So if we can get comfortable here.